We've all seen it now, haven't we? We know, of course, that December the 10th is the D-Day for that, well, particular brand to come out and make a massive impact. The impact, of course, of Prince Harry's, well, executive produced latest venture for Netflix. That's right, the polo show that apparently is going to really sizzle and have us all wanting to see exactly what goes on behind this very much elitist sport that not many people know much about. You get the picture. But there's more to this particular trailer than meets the eye. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time. And I just want to recap and thank you for your lovely comments regarding Rupert Everett. I've passed many of them on and said, look, you see, because he was quite nervous about coming to do a chat. We've known him for years, but, he said, oh, really? Will people be interested? Yes, of course. More wonderful stories, as I say, when I get the opportunity to edit into it, Wonderful guy, just one of those great raconteurs. And I don't know about you, I know he's played Oscar Wilde on stage and on film and stuff, but there is a sort of bit of Oscar Wilde about him. Not just the flamboyance, but the way he is, Very, very typical English gentleman, a good actor, and I think should have been a far bigger star, really, than he became. But I think a lot of it was his choice, Maybe he didn't want that global fame that so many people do. You see, it's a little bit like this particular individual. Meghan Markle wanted global fame, but apparently wanted to hide away for the privacy. No, she couldn't stand it, Couldn't bear it in Kensington, couldn't bear it in Windsor. She had to rush back to California, where the real action was. Then, of course, she managed to bag this mega deal alongside her husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, for quite a few million, not as much as people say, which I've told you many times before. And then we were lumbered with this. Yes, this trailer. As many people have pointed out, it's a funny do, this really, because it says nothing. It's a little bit like the Jaguar car campaign, no car, no visual. And you kind of think, well, what's this about? But this, as I say, is going to be apparently a radical thing that teaches us all about what polo's about and why it's such a wonderful sport for so many people. Apparently, you have to live and breathe it. It features, of course, Harry's good polo playing chum, Nachos. And, well, that's kind of it. Where were Harry and Meghan? Well, I told you there are some other trailers in the pipeline. But behind the scenes, this is where it gets really fascinating, because Meghan Markle took charge of entirely this particular trailer, picking the women featured, the text that's going to you see, and including the script and what they had to say. And apparently, naturally, being picked by Meghan, they thought she was terrific, a great director and a great executive producer. She helped with the cutting and said what shots and when, and exactly, how it was meant to be. She wanted it to look a little bit like, and putting this mildly, Riders by Jilly Cooper, which has been a big success over on a streaming giant. She figured that if they made it soap opera-ish, then you would want to tune into it. Apparently the second version does have some of Meghan presenting some awards at a polo match, naturally, with Harry very much in the background. Now, allegedly, where was Prince Harry? Well, he was quite happy to leave it to his wife. Apparently, he claims that she knows more about making successful television than he does. Well, I would say he's right. She knows about making television. Whether that's a success still remains to be seen, with a cooking show dangling like a boiling pan of spaghetti. But nonetheless, Harry truly believes that his wife is doing the right thing. Either way right now, and this is where it gets really fascinating, you can see that Prince Harry's literally wiped his hands of this whole debacle with Netflix and is trying to go back doing what he did before, which is, of course, the fake royal life. As for Meghan, if this doesn't work, naturally it won't be her fault. It certainly won't be the fault of her production skills or indeed her script. But everybody involved will suddenly find that trying to get a hold of Meghan will be like trying to grip a block of ice. It'll keep slipping away. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.